What is going on with Hedera Hashgraph? As you can see here, we have a massive pump within just the last couple of hours. More specifically, this is a 74% pump. And in contrast to many other altcoins, we are seeing even new highs from this top in mid of March. And of course, this is not a coincidence. We have extremely exciting and big news. Today is actually for the history books, not just for Hedera Hashgraph, but rather for the whole crypto space, especially for real world assets as a narrative. No other than BlackRock has chosen Hedera for tokenization. We'll have a look what this is all about. So without any further ado, let's go. These are the kind of news you'll love to see, especially in the bull market. Let me show you what the Hedera Foundation has to say. Today we witness RWA history as BlackRock's ICS US Treasury money market fund MMF is tokenized on Hedera, with Archax and Onara marking a major milestone in asset management by bringing the world's largest asset manager on chain. You might ask yourself, what is Archax? What is Ownera? We will have a look at that as well. But first, let me remind you that this is not the first attempt of BlackRock doing a tokenization fund or a tokenized fund. Just a month ago, in March, we saw BlackRock announcing the launch of its first tokenized fund issued on an Ethereum blockchain. This was called the BlackRock US Dollar Institutional Digital Liquidity Fund. So these were basically their first steps in doing tokenization. After this news, we saw multiple RWA projects pump like crazy, especially Ondo. If you're watching my videos for some time, you might remember this video I did 2 months ago about Ondo. At this time we were at $24 as you can see here, and I told you we will see a massive pump, which we then saw. As you can see, we're now at $80 and this is what you've seen in the video right now. Still one of the best picks in RWA for the foreseeable future and the alt season. But with this news, HBAR might be one of the most important RWA projects ever. Let's continue with what the Hedera Foundation has to tell us. They're looking forward in welcoming the next wave of global TradFi institutions to the network of RWA tokenization. And as you can see here, the Hedera Council is already consisting of big institutions: Boeing, Hitachi, IBM, Dell, Google, LG, Tata, and so many more. They're backed by the biggest and greatest institutions. And now with BlackRock and BlackRock's fund powered by Hedera, this will mean a lot more money will flow into this project. Also in this blog post, they are telling the people in the current high interest rate environment, putting cash, treasury, and stablecoin assets to work is more important than ever. MMFs are a useful vehicle as they have the potential to provide institutional stability and yield due to their underlying investment in short-term debt products and reduce single bank or stablecoin provider counterparty risk. So this goes pretty much in the direction of Ondo's offerings. They basically allow you to invest into short-term bonds completely on-chain, mainly for institutional investors above 100K, but there's also the possibility to get yield on the US dollar. HBAR itself is around for some time now, more specifically since September 2019, but now we're seeing history being made on this chain. This is actually something that doesn't happen too often. Most of the time you have new projects dominating in a new cycle, and all the projects don't create that big of a buzz anymore in the new cycle. But this seems to be different. Do tell me in the comment section down below if you want to see an in-depth video about Hedera Hashgraph, meaning about the project itself, tokenomics, etc. As in this video, we're focusing on this big news event and just scratch the surface of what Hedera is actually doing. In short, they enable seamless tokenization of real-world and digital assets at scale, offering unmatched performance, security, and compliance for thriving tokenized economies. Right, so far so good. This makes sense regarding this news, but what is Archax? Well, Archax is actually a crypto exchange based in London. Or more specifically, they are actually UK's first registered crypto exchange. It's been founded by experts from the financial markets world and backed by an accomplished advisory board. So despite being a crypto exchange, they are actually focusing on being a bridge between the blockchain-centric crypto community and the traditional investment space. and therefore they are obviously the perfect partners for such an endeavor. Also, Archax has been designed specifically for institutional investors to trade in all types of digital assets. All right, what's left then? Ownera. They're deploying an open peer-to-peer network interconnecting regulated financial institutions so that investors can own, trade, and leverage any asset. So as you can see, once again, this is about interconnecting financial institutions and the crypto world. Hedera, Archax, and Onara, they are basically on the same mission. They are fully invested into the RWA space, and therefore BlackRock identified them as the perfect partners for their fund. Apart from that, Ownera is actually backed by strategic investors including JP Morgan, US Bancorp, LRC Group, and many more well-known names. It's actually crazy to see how big financial institutions are moving into the crypto space more and more since we got the Bitcoin spot ETF on January 11th this year. Not to forget, BlackRock is still the biggest ETF of all the Bitcoin spot ETFs we have. You can see this right here, the ticker IBIT. This is the BlackRock ETF for Bitcoin. This is the development over time to this date, and it's actually by far the biggest one. If, of course, we don't count GPTC, meaning Grayscale, this has been around for some time. This was not a normal Bitcoin spot ETF, but it was converted afterwards. So IBIT is the biggest one from all the new ones. Also, don't forget about what Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, has said officially. He's seeing a bright future for tokenization on crypto. He said, think about all the costs of settling bonds and stocks. If you had tokenization, everything would be immediate because it's just a line item. This is a technological transformation for financial assets. So just by this quote, this shows us they have big plans for the future. And I'm pretty sure this news about Hedera is just the beginning. And I'm also pretty sure it's not too late to jump on the Hedera train. Should you buy right now if it's not in your portfolio? Well, I'm not so sure about that. If you know my videos, you know I advise you to scale in, to DCA, to wait and see what price is doing. We might have some correction at some point, and if you DCA in, you get a nice average entry price. Also, you might know the saying, buy the rumor, sell the news. Of course, I don't know it, same as everybody else, but we might get a bigger sell-off first, have some chop or sideways range, and then continue the uptrend. Where might the next target be? Actually, I think it'll be the 0.618. As you can see here, this might be on par with a little bit of correction. Of course, if there's enough steam, I don't rule that out of the equation, then we could pump there right away. But at this point in time, at the latest, we will have some kind of a correction or consolidation. But actually, if we compare this to the parabola in January 2021, right here, you can see we also got this crazy parabola. Let me zoom in a little bit. Then we reversed this whole pump and then started a massive uptrend. So in that case, this might mean, all right, sell the news, reverse it completely. Because what we also don't have to forget is that the rest of the altcoin market, they didn't pump along with Hedera. They're actually having a bit of a correction. So this pump is completely news driven, might as well sell off completely and then pump straight away with the rest of the altcoin market. When will that happen? Well, if I would have to guess, and this is something I've shown you in my last video, there's so much alpha in this video, I'm not gonna lie. But let me repeat this specific information for you in this video right here. As you can see in the total 3 chart, and what we can see right here is that based on Elliott wave theory, we're basically missing a 5th wave for this upwards move. And it pretty much looks like that this last dump for the whole crypto market and stocks as well, this marked our 4th wave, so meaning this correction. And we're now heading to start out this 5th wave. This might take Bitcoin to $80,000, $90,000 in the next couple of weeks. And of course, this means some great multiples across altcoins. Is this the ultimate alt season? No, I don't think so. I think after wave 5, we have another correction, and then we will start the ultimate alt season. For reference, this drawing is just an example. I do not mean to say this is how low it will go. This is just for the sake of describing what I'm thinking market cycle wise. As I said, more information about my thoughts on this, about how this cycle could turn out in my last video. Of course, let me know what you think about this in the comment section, or even better, join my Telegram group right now. Judging by my subscriber count, there's a lot of people missing. Don't forget, the Telegram group is free. There's a lot more alpha content compared to my YouTube channel. You get to discuss with each other and me. And there is very, very soon, it's nearly finished, you will get access to one of my trading indicators alongside a course that explains it, strategies, and everything you have to know. In this course, you will have information that others are selling. Here you will get it for free. This is real alpha. On this channel, I want to set my community ahead, help them to make life-changing gains and navigate through the markets like a bad boy, not fueled by FOMO and greed and fear, but with a clear mind, with a strategy. And that, by the way, is the only way how you should navigate the markets. Of course, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please ask yourself why and do it now. You really don't want to miss any of the next videos. Also, don't forget, this is the video I talked about. This is where you get a lot of my thoughts about the cycle, a lot how and when the alt season will turn out. You don't want to miss out. Of course, this was not financial advice. Please always do your own research and due diligence. This was Phil Prince for you as always. Until next time, crush the markets. Goodbye.